thinking, how was the play?
Yeah,
Good to see you, Cheryl.
good to see you. Same here.
All right, good morning, everyone. Court
Morning, Bud.
in, good morning. Court is in session. I am Shannon A. Holmes. I'll be presiding today over 36th District Court Specialty Court docket. I'm not certain who's servicing in the courtroom. Good morning in the courtroom.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Oh, good morning. All right, wasn't sure you were there. Good morning, good morning. I hope that, wow. I hope that everything is going well for you on this morning. Who do we have serving as our clerk on this morning?
We don't right now.
Oh, okay. All right, wonderful. That certainly won't stop us this morning because court starts at 8:30 and it is 8:30 a.m. And so Ms. Dion is out today, so someone should be joining us, officer. And when they do, if you could let me know, that would be great, okay?
Will do, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. I'm ready on my first case. Let me just indicate this morning for some of you who are joining, I'm not certain that you're on my docket. When a clerk does show up in my courtroom, you'll get the court number. Somebody could put it in the chat, and you'll be able to call the courtroom to find out where you are supposed to be so that we have you in the right place, because I see some unfamiliar faces. For those of you whose faces are not so unfamiliar, you know how we do it in courtroom 133. Make sure that you have your camera. I only want to see from your shoulders up. I don't need to see what's going on in your house. I don't want to see what you have on. All of those good things, because I do eye hustle and I ear hustle, and I'm a snitch. And so I need you to make sure your camera is fixed correctly so that I can't see what's going on in your world. All right. Also, for those who have not been with us, I'm going to mute you. Please make sure that you stay muted until it is time for your hearing. That way we don't have a whole lot of background noise and we're able to proceed. And so I'm ready to call my first case. Mr. Mansell was on this morning when I arrived, and so I'm going to start with Mr. Mansell. Who has Mr. Mansell's case this morning?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Let me see, did someone send me the docket?
Judge, do you want us to put appearances on the record?
Yes, I do. I want to see it. Yeah. Did somebody send me a docket?
Can
somebody send it to me? I printed front and back and I threw it Mondays away with Friday's doc.
I got it. I'm about to send it to you now, Judge.
Okay, wonderful. While you're doing that, I will have the attorneys place your appearance on the record.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. I can see you, I can hear you, and I am granting your motion.
Thank you.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you. And good morning, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is granted. Let's place the case managers on the record. Let's see, I have Mr. Griffin. You're muted if you're talking.
He didn't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. Mr. Yancey, go ahead and do yours.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court this morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Morning.
And then Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin, and thank you for sending that, when you send that.
Yeah, I'm about to send it now, Judge.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Mr. Yancey, you said you have Mr. Mansell's case this morning?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, could you read his case number into the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. It is 2000057FD.
All right, Mr. Mansell, if you could unmute and state your full name for the record, please.
Brian Mansell.
All right, how are you this morning, Miss Mansell, Mr. Mansell?
Wonderful. How are you, Your Honor?
I am doing very well, doing very well. All right, tell me what you've been doing. You know, you know what I want to hear. How are things going with your program?
Oh, yeah, still all of the same. Attending all of my classes. I have 93 of my AA classes down now. My sobriety classes. I have an appointment actually today for my alcohol highway safety course with Mr. Alexander. Been making all of my drug tests and everything, and just steady working.
All right, very good, very good. What have you learned since the last time I've seen you about yourself, about the program, about what you're doing in life? Tell me.
Well, the biggest thing I guess for me is acceptance. In order for this program to work, you have to accept the fact that you have a problem with the drinking, and I have. I've accepted it. Be kind of thankful that everything happened like it is. You get to a point where you have to make some changes, and man, it's a blessing to be able to wake up with a clear mind every day now. And can do what I need to do. And I'm a lot more reliable about the stuff that I do now. Efficient, man. People are calling me for work every day. I mean, I occupy with a lot of work, and it's kind of hectic, but it's fine. It keeps me without any idle time.
Very good, very, very good. Have you established some goals for yourself, Mr. Mansell?
Well, my biggest goal, again, I do home improvement. My biggest goal that by next year,
Wait, something's going on with your mic. Something's going on with your mic. Either you've got something on it or you're touching it in some kind of way.
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Okay, that's better.
Probably this old. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
good.
no, just to own a lot of property. You can't hear me?
I can hear you. You're just fading in and out. It's like something is covering your microphone.
It's probably this old phone. It's time to upgrade.
Okay. Tell me what your goals are. Stay right how you are because I can hear you now.
Oh, I just to own a lot of property. I want to be the guy that owns all of this property. I might as well work for myself since I'm working for everybody else. So I'm planning on buying a lot of property.
And doing what with it?
Renting it out.
Oh,
Be the landlord.
Well, when you say property, I don't know if you're talking about land. I don't know if you're talking about commercial. I don't know if you're talking about.
Real estate. Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay. All right. Very good. And so now that you're working on you, how likely are you to carry out that goal or to achieve that goal?
More than likely, most definitely. Everything, like I said, everything is going great right now. So yeah, it's time. I'm looking at some places now.
Good for you, Mr. Mansell. Now, is there anything that you need us to help you with? Anything that you're on track? Nothing has been reported that causes me any concern. And so is there anything that you need us to help you with?
No, you guys have been wonderful. No.
All right. All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, what else do you want to report out with respect to Mr. Mansell?
Your Honor, he's doing real well. He's got a lot of meetings in. He's doing well with all our major conditions. And he even completed the ERMs. So, Your Honor, we wanted to recommend that he be promoted to phase 2 this morning.
All right, Mr. Mansell, completed accepting responsibility is mandatory.
Yes, according to Ms. Rob's notes, he did.
Did we talk? I think we talked about it, didn't we, Mr. Mansell?
Yes.
You told me what you learned from there, right?
Oh yeah. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
All right, you ready to go to phase 2, Mr. Mansell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Why do you think you should go to phase 2? You tell me.
Well, honestly, I've been dedicated to the program. I really like that. I especially like the AA program that I finally found one that's awesome. Man, I have a sponsor named Bobby, man. And these guys, they really helped me with the sobriety part of it, man. I mean, you know, understanding what it takes to live a life of sobriety, not drinking and wanting to do better. You know, it's awesome. I mean, I didn't think I could do it. Shows the little resilience that I really do have. And I have been drinking so long, I didn't think it was possible, but it's a one day at a time.
And it is possible. I'm very proud of you, Mr. Mansell. And so, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything you want to add? Any objection to the recommendation to promote Mr. Mansell to
Thank you.
phase 2?
Thank you, Judge. No objection. Congratulations, Mr. Mansell. You have such a good attitude. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. And you don't have to own a lot of land to be wealthy and rich. Your attitude and your positive thinking and working the program, you're rich and wealthy. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Mansell.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, you know, Mr. Mansell, you said 2 words, acceptance and dedication. You've accepted the program and you're dedicated to it. Boy, you started our Monday off just great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. We are proud of you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Absolutely. All right. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Mansell on his promotion to phase 2. Come on, let's celebrate Mr. Mansell. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Look, you have been doing, yes, you have been doing a great job, Mr. Mansell. And I want you to keep up the great work that you're doing. You know that we're here for you. I'm not going to see you as often in phase 2, but it is certainly got to keep going. Don't get relaxed. Don't cut corners. Don't look for easy routes. You haven't done that so far. I don't anticipate you doing it now. And so, but you can always dial into the courtroom. Your case manager knows how to reach me at all times. We are here to make sure that you succeed. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, when do you have Mr. Mansell coming back to court?
Yeah, it'll be May 10th of this year.
May 10th, 2021, Mr. Mansell, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m., okay?
Okay.
All
May
right.
the 10th. I have it.
All right, do well. Continue to take good care of your family and be safe, okay?
All right. Thank you. You guys have a good one.
You too. All right.
Your Honor, may I interrupt just a moment?
Yes.
I see a Tyrese Jenkins in the courtroom.
Yep, I just sent you an ROA on her. Send it to you, Judge, and to both attorneys. She's arraignment today.
All right. Would you
I
like
could
to go in the breakout room?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I would.
All right, very good. Good morning to you, Miss Jenkins. I am going to send you an invitation. Mr. Paul, I cut your camera off because as I indicated earlier in this courtroom, I don't want to see people walking around. I don't want to, if you can't be with us, I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'll get to you when I can. But I'm not looking at, no. All right now. Okay, here we go. You're going, all right, I see you, Mr. Paul. I'm going to assign Mr. Fikens and Miss Jenkins to breakout room number 1. Please make sure you accept the invitation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And I believe that Mr. Paul was up next for hearing on this morning. Mr. Paul, I'm gonna ask you to unmute your phone for me. Good morning, Mr. Paul.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good, doing fine.
All right, you've been with me long enough to know that I hustle and you walking all around. You better stop all of that. Cause I told y'all I'm a judge with the robe on underneath. I'm a snitch. I will tell. I promise you. All right, let me place your case numbers on the record. I have SP 103-00531, SP 103-005. I'm sorry, I'm reading the same one. 31, SP 105-07911, U 452-59218, and case number 19523-0301. State your name for the record, Mr. Paul.
It's Paul.
All right, back up just a little bit so we can see your face, because there you go. All right, Mr. Paul, how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
You doing fine? All right, what
Yes.
have you been doing to work your program since the last time I've seen you?
And being with the family, going to AA meetings. I got like 23 AA meetings,
Okay.
way more than what I had last time.
Yes, sir.
And
Are you writing down what you're getting out of those meetings?
yes, I am.
Tell me something that you've gotten out of the meeting since the last time I've seen you.
Well, last time you seen me, we was talking about drinking and driving. Then we ended up watching the video on Zoom, and that's about really it. We really didn't do anything. Then the teacher
What
had
you
called,
learned from the video?
well, don't drink and drive. And the guy, he flipped over in a car, and he was riding the wrong way up the street. And when the police got him, he was intoxicated. His blood level was very high, alcohol level.
Did he
Very high.
survive it?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. So we know that drinking and driving can be deadly, right?
Yes, it was really sad. We watched it. It was like a 30-minute video. And it just taught me a lot, just don't drink and drive and just stay on the right path. But
Yeah.
it was some guys in there talking Spanish. I didn't know what they were saying.
They weren't leading the group, were they?
No, they wasn't leading the group. It was just some inmates like me. And,
Okay.
I didn't know what they were saying, but the other people did. So it was crazy. It was like overseas, like people overseas on there. I ain't never seen that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were on virtually, right?
Yes, that was
Oh,
my
see,
first time doing it. I like it though, but it was straight. It keep me on the right path, It keep my mind straight.
all
Just
right.
that's about it.
All right. You had a little drama going on the last time I saw you. You've gotten that under control?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Paul. We don't do drama. We don't do drama because we are focusing in on doing some other things for Mr. Paul, right?
Yes,
All right. How's your daughter?
she's fine. I posed her. I'm supposed to go camping with her next month. We're gonna go on a camping trip with the family and things like that. So I had her over here. I had her with me, 2 weeks ago, and took her shopping and stuff. But now it's time to go more shopping because she want to go camping and things. So I've been straight though. I've been dropping clean. Haven't not been doing anything. Searching for jobs. A lot of jobs been calling me, but they so far. They like 24-mile back road, and they far, but I
Now,
don't got no.
Mr. Paul, I want to talk about that just a little bit. Just a little bit. I understand that jobs may be far, but look, think about something you went to do in life that you know you shouldn't have been doing, and you didn't care how far away it was, you got there.
Right. Yeah.
We've all been there. We didn't care if we had to catch the bus, the train, get on our bicycle, and end in our rollerblades to get there to whoever and whatever we were trying to do. So,
Right.
Mr. Paul, look,
Yes.
your daughter needs to see her father as a working man.
Yeah, I know.
You said it a while back about that idle time.
Mhm.
So what? Sometimes you have to take the job, any job, and until you can find the job that you're looking for, or the one that's, not so much of a burden to you to get there and to get back. But for now,
Right.
you need employment. So
Yeah.
24 miles is not a long way to drive or to
I
hop in.
can't drive.
But you can't drive. I'm sorry. Let me clarify. To catch a ride, to
Yeah.
whatever you need to do, public transportation, that's not too far for you to be working. And then that way you'll get some history behind you, and you'll eventually find something that's a little closer or what have you. But I don't want you to just sit at home saying it's too far to drive. It's too far to go.
Okay.
So I need you to get on that employment piece, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what else is going on with Mr. Paul?
I'll just be going out to the gym.
Okay, all right, you're
Keep
not
my hair.
driving. I'm
No, I'm
sorry,
not. No, I'm not driving.
you're not driving. So how you get to the gym?
My cousin.
You tell your
We go to.
cousin you need to get to work.
I am.
And then you can give cousin some gas money, you know, Benihana's gift card, whatever cousin need. You can do that until we
Mhm.
get you squared away, or you get you squared away with your driver's license. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. You have any questions for us today, Mr. Paul? Anything you're struggling with? Anything you need us to help you with?
No, not really. I'm
What's
on the
not
right track.
really? You know, I'm gonna focus in on
Yeah.
that. What's not really?
Nothing. I don't really need nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you're doing everything you're supposed to do, Mr. Paul.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Yancey, are you covering Mr. Paul today?
I am, Your Honor.
I
All
am.
right.
I got it, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just reviewed Ms. Rob's notes and everything. So it seemed like the last time he was here, he did what he's supposed to do, as far as with the meetings. So that was a requirement. And I'm looking at it, it was a essay assignment or something that you gave him. I don't know if he turned that in, if that was completed.
No, he did what he wanted to do.
Okay, so I'm just
And
looking
so
at.
he had to
the
do it
notes.
over. Thank you, Mr. Griffin, for reminding me. Mr. Paul, did you do my essay? My one page?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we
It's
gonna
right
go over
here.
that. Okay, grab it. Mr. Griffin, what else you want to tell me before he reads what he wrote?
No, other than that, according to our notes, it seemed like everything seemed to be, he's testing, attending the other requirements that he's supposed to do. So no other problems with that. So, but it was the meetings and the essay that was the things that we discussed last time. And also, Your Honor, I'd like to refer him to Mr. Jackson's establishment to get some training or something like that, and they're hiring no matter what the backgrounds are or whatever, and it's in the city, so that shouldn't be a problem, like getting around or whatever. So I'll make sure I forward that information to Mr. Paul and to Miss Robs, so when she returns. But I think he'll be a great candidate for that program.
Absolutely. Did you hear that, Mr. Paul?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so, Mr. Griffin, if you can get him that information today, I think Mr. Jackson's program would be excellent.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Paul, tell me what you wrote.
Okay, I wrote Keith Deontay Paul. I want to apologize for lying to the judge and the court. The reason why I told a lie about me taking medication is because I had slipped up. I really had a beer or two, and I regret it. All I know is because I know I have to write a paper and explain why I ever decided to have a drink, which has due to a cause by stressing over things that was coming to it in my life. But that's all I've been behind me now, because I never want to have a drink again. I left alcohol alone completely. And I feel for about choices. I have so much to live for. I will never get discouraged again, nor will I lie to the judge in courts again. I do apologize.
All right, Mr. Paul. So what are you gonna do now when stressful situations come up? What are you gonna do?
Stop, drop, and roll.
I'm not even gonna ask you to explain that. I got it. Stop, drop, and roll. It works for a fire. We learned that. It's so funny, the things that we've learned as kids and in grade school, how they're so applicable to life in general. And we probably didn't think so, but stop, drop, and roll. Trauma and stuff that can take you backwards. Sometimes that's just the immediate response, stop, drop, roll. And then I'll regroup. Once I roll out, I'll regroup. And then maybe make some better decisions, or at least be able to assess the situation and not act out of my raw emotions, right?
Yes.
All right, very good, very good. And I thank you for your apology. Look, I need you to be honest with me, because I can't do my job if you're not honest with me.
Yeah, I know.
And you know, I don't like when people stop me from doing my job. I don't like that. You know, I get offended and I act out. So
Right.
help me do my job by telling me the truth, and I'll deal with it. I'd hate to put out there, there's nothing you could tell me that's so bad. Then somebody will hit me with a whammy and I'll have to turn my camera off and all of that kind of stuff. But look, I can deal better with the truth so that I'm able to help you and keep you on track, or get you back on track. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Your assignment is completed. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything on Mr. Paul?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Paul, good report. Your work in the program. We understand it's not easy, but it's not intended to be easy. Keep up the good work. And last week we had a participant, one of Mr. Yancey's client, who indicated that his employer was hiring. And I'll mention that person's name and staffing today, so maybe Mr. Yancey can get back to you. But keep up the good work. Be safe. We understand it's not easy. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Your Honor, if I could add, I know, Mr. Paul, that you were upset when we talked last about your conduct, but you know what you said is so very important, and I think the judge referenced that. Be honest with yourself first, because then at that point you don't have to lie to anybody else. When you're honest with yourself first. So I appreciate that you said that, sir. Keep up the great work. Keep going on your path you're going. It's a good path. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Paul. Mr. Griffin, when do you have Mr. Paul coming back?
You know, that'd be May the 3rd, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Paul, hang in there. We're here if you need us.
Okay, I will. Yes.
All right. Make sure you get with Miss Robs for that information from Mr. Griffin, okay? Because I want to hear some progress on that when you come back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, take care.
You too. Bye.
All right. Let's see. I believe Mr. John.
I'm about to watch your cases now.
Okay, Mr. Paul. You know, he scares me. All right, Mr. Paul. All right. Mr. Johnson, let me have you unmute. You were next.
Me,
Good
Nolan
morning,
Johnson?
Mr. Yes, Nolan Johnson.
Oh, good morning. How are you doing?
You're not used to people calling you Mr. Johnson.
No, ma'am.
He said that's an old man's name, right? Yes. All right. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. All right. Let me place a case number on the record. Let's see. I have 3 matters for you. I have SP 114-73522, case number Z806-6861, case number Z806-7991. All right, Mr. Johnson, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. You know, it's
good.
tough on Mondays after the weekend because you always need one more day, right?
Right.
I need just one more day. I'm not getting it though. So here.
I understand.
How about that? How about that?
I understand.
All right. So, Mr. Johnson, you look like you're in a better space today. I see you smiling. You what's going on with you?
Not just when you going to the therapy classes or whatever, like they touch on certain things that you don't really think of, like we dealing with anger management, right? What I was telling you about last time I talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they said, man, I need to practice cognitive restructuring.
Cognitive restructuring.
Cognitive restructuring, yes. So
Okay.
basically, it's the way you think, you know. And
we losing you. You were sounding good, and now you're sounding a little muffled.
Man, can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
I'm
I
sorry.
think.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
You might have just made it worse, Mr. Johnson.
Hold on.
That
Is
sounded
that
good.
better?
That sounded good.
Yeah.
All right, don't do nothing different. Talk to us.
Okay. Oh yeah, but just that whole thing is basically the way you think, and how you handle things. So that was kind of deep because, to be honest with you, I got real irritated with my son's mother because we got a court order. I took her to court some years ago, and I got joint and physical legal custody. So 1 year she filed, the next year I filed. So make a long story short, she filed them this year, and she wasn't supposed to. And I was irritated, but I was real mad. So we speaking on that, when I was going through my therapy sessions. But it's cool, whatever. I'm over it now.
Okay, you're finding some ways to deal with disappointment, frustration, anger.
Yes.
Some healthy ways to deal with it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good, very good. And so, Mr. Johnson, you have been doing everything you're supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no issues?
No, ma'am.
All right. Tell me, well, you just told me something that you've learned. Tell me something that you need us to help you with so that you can stay on track, because you sound like you're working your program. And I wrote that note because we had some concerns about you in the beginning, whether or not you were going.
I know. I was just, my mind was just everywhere at the time,
Yes, yes. But you are doing the work, young man, and I am proud of you for doing that. And it's going to benefit you. You're a good person. It's going to benefit you in the long run. And so what do you need us to help you with to keep you on track?
As of right now, nothing yet. Maybe when I start back working, I could get a restricted license so I can start driving to work and not get in trouble.
Okay, yeah, because I can't have you driving without a license. So
Yeah, I know.
keep doing what you're doing. That's not gonna work out well, right?
Yes, ma'am. I know.
All right. So keep doing what you're doing. Mr. Griffin will work with you. The attorneys will work with you on if you're eligible for a license so that you can get a license. Until then, you need to be patient and continue to work on you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any questions for us today?
No, ma'am.
None? All right. Mr. Griffin, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Johnson?
Your Honor, like he reported, he's doing really well. You can see the progress that he had made from day one to right now. So made him talk during the week or whatever. So I just tell him to continue to be focused, and learn. I say, you have to go through these therapies and things like that. So listen and get something out of it. So I think he's starting to do that. But as far as the program, Your Honor, he's in compliance with the conditions that you have ordered.
All right. Wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Johnson, congratulations, a good report. When you came into the program, you and I talked about the drug court order contract. You said you could do it. I know you can do it. We're proud of what you're doing. Keep up the good work and be safe, Mr. Johnson. Be safe. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Johnson, what a difference between today and the time when you came into this court. I mean, here you talked about how you got something filed against you and you worked it out in your own mind and you're willing to move on and you're willing to look at it from a different point of view. I'm greatly encouraged by that, sir. We're very, very proud of you. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, very good. Mr. Johnson, if nothing else, let's do a return to court date for you, Mr. Griffin.
Your Honor, it'll be May the 3rd at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. All right, if nothing else, enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. You know where to find us if you need us before May 3rd, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You do the same thing. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Take care.
All right.
All right. Are we ready on Ms. Dawson? Is Ms. Dawson on my docket today? She
is. Yes, Your Honor.
Look, she's like, yes, ma'am, I am. All right, state your name, Ms. Dawson.
Hello, Gabrielle Dawson.
All right, I have the following matters for you. I have Z8057111, Z8057111, 7641. How are you, Miss Dawson?
I'm doing great. I'm doing okay.
I see you putting on your jacket. You getting ready to go?
No, it was freezing in my house, so I just grabbed my sweater.
Okay, I told y'all I'd be eye hustling. I'm like, where you getting ready to go? Okay, I'm just checking. Miss Dawson, what have you been doing since the last time I've seen you? It seems like I don't see you often at all.
I know, but I've actually been, my aunt has been helping me get to work on my tickets and pay off my fines and stuff. And, this has been just, reality is just opening up for me just every day. And I'm just trying to get through it and get my license together. That has been my main focus, is just like to focus. I've been really focusing on myself, getting myself together, because I know I'm almost done with the program.
Yes.
And I had a hearing for Livonia. All my the warrant that I paid a $500 bond, that some of that went to my cost and fees, and I have just a remaining balance of $120, and that's it. So Detroit is good. I paid my reinstatement fee for Detroit, and Livonia is squared away and taken care of. I've spoken with the judge. I mentioned your name, your program, and everything, and they congratulated me in the Zoom meeting and everything. So I'm just trying to push forward,
Look at you, Miss Dawson. So you're that much closer. Do we know what's impeding her ability to get a license at this point?
It was her outstanding tickets and stuff, Your Honor, that she had to take care of. So that's what she been working on. So it wasn't none. She did everything with our court, paid off her court costs, all the tickets here. So she had just matters in other places that she had to take care of.
Okay, and
so what I'll
she's
do today,
doing
Your Honor, I'll get a SO. Yep, I'll get a SOS today just to look at it and see what the status and see exactly what we need to do.
All right, and can you make sure you share that with Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed? And so, you don't have to wait until we come back to court, Miss Dawson, to get an answer. Mr. Griffin, he'll communicate with you, but I'd like you all to look at it and let me know, or let her know first what she needs to do, because I would like to see her get her license. This is our specialty court superwoman. So if anybody's leaving here with a driver's license, it needs to be Miss Dawson, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Miss Dawson, how's work going?
It's going good. I actually have an interview today somewhere else that's offering me more money. And it's not that far, I can either catch a Lyft or a 6 mile bus straight there. It's right off 6 Mile at Beach Daily, but they're offering me hazard pay and $2 extra and shift differential. So I'm gone. I'm leaving the other job. I'm on to the next.
Miss Dawson. All right. How are those babies doing?
They're doing pretty good. Good. Same. Still doing online and everything, but they're doing awesome.
All right. Very good. Very good. What do you need us to help you with, Miss Dawson, if anything?
Nothing right now. Just as far as my license go, I just need to be updated or, speak back and forth with Mr. Griffin and everything as far as how that go. But that's my main focus. Before my birthday hit, I want to just achieve something as far as my license. I want to be proud of myself regarding,
When is your birthday?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
When is your birthday?
It's in July on the 5th.
July 5th. Come on, let's have a birthday with a bang so she can have a driver's license if at all possible, Mr. Gray. Miss Dawson has been doing a wonderful job. You really have. You have worked hard. You had a couple of unexpected things come up since you've been with us, and you've continued to persevere. And that speaks volumes to who you are and what you're made up of. And so I definitely want you to leave here with your license because you're doing a great job. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. You have any questions for us or any concerns you need to raise?
No questions or concerns.
All right. Mr. Griffin, what phase is Miss Dawson in? She's in phase 3?
Yeah, she's in phase 3, Your Honor. Her 24 months should be coming up in June of this year. So.
Yes, come on, we right around that corner. So we need to get that license before she leaves here. But,
Yeah, so I'm gonna get on that as soon as I get off. As soon as we get off, I'll run it and I send it to Mr. Fikers and Mr. Reed to see exactly, what we need to do, where she at.
all right, wonderful, very good, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to report out?
Thank you, Judge. Congratulations, Ms. Dawson. Good report. You sound good. You look good. You have a great attitude, and you're taking care of those out-county matters. Keep up the good work. We're proud of what you're doing. You should be proud of yourself. And be safe, Ms. Dawson. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Ms. Dawson, as usual, a great report. Keep up the great work. My recommendation is, I know Mr. Griffin is going to be very thorough, but if you can get into the Secretary of State's office and find out what they say, that would be great too, because we can only work off paperwork. If they tell you something different, then talk to us about that, what they say. But it sounds like, from my recall, is you only have that out county matter to take care of, and once that's paid off, I think you should be good. That's my thought from what we talked about before. So keep up the great work, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. If nothing else for Ms. Dawson, Mr. Griffin, what's the return to court date?
That'll be May the 17th at 9:30 a.m. That'll be for a face-to-face. And if I need to bring her back in to update you as far as her license, I will do that.
Okay, wonderful, no problem. All right, Ms. Dawson, did you get that? You're almost there.
Yep, almost there.
Okay, all right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and so we'll see you, or you'll talk with Mr. Griffin on the 17th, but you know where to find us. You know the routine, right?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Take care, Ms. Dawson. So good to see you.
All righty, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's go to Ms. Jenkins. Ms. Jenkins has been on this morning, and so Ms. Jenkins is actually on my docket.
Judge.
Wait, I need to go back to it. Okay, here we go. All right. And so, wait, I did see Ms. Jenkins. I have you 258-77415 for Tyrese Jenkins. Ms. Jenkins, state your name for me.
Tyrese Jenkins.
All right, good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, this is an arraignment on the bench warrant, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you first for giving me the opportunity to speak to my client, Ms. Jenkins. She's certainly a very nice woman. She has a pretty smile. She certainly has been cooperative with me in the breakout room, and I want the court to know that. I've reached out to the prosecutor regarding this arraignment because Ms. Jenkins does wish to resolve this matter. I've not heard from them at this point in time. No response at all. So I can only ask this court that if Ms. Jenkins wants to wait, we can see what will happen if the prosecutors arrive and can give me an offer. Or otherwise, Judge, I'd ask for a very short, we plead my client not guilty, kick it, and submit it for a pretrial, ask for a pretrial only a few days down the road so we could make contact with the prosecutor.
All right, Ms. Jenkins, would you like to wait and see if we can get a prosecutor this morning? No, we will get a prosecutor this morning at some point. We just don't know when. Or do you want to come back? You won't have a warrant in the system because you appeared on today.
I think I want to wait. I want to
wait it out. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Fikens, and we'll do just that. Mr. Fikens, who did you reach out to? Ms. Walker?
Ms. Schneider.
Okay, all right. All right, and so and you haven't heard from her yet?
And Judge, if you give me permission to leave the courtroom, I'll leave the courtroom and try to make telephonic contact with her.
Okay, let's do that. Absolutely. So do that, Mr. Fikens. And Ms. Jenkins, thank you for your patience. Okay, I'll call your case when we're ready.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Okay, there is someone who's on a user's iPhone. I'm not certain who that is, and I want to make sure. Good morning, sir. I'm going to ask you to unmute and tell me your name.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Exam Cool.
And you are on my docket today. He has a review. No, wait, let me make sure I have that. No, it's an arraignment on the bench warrant. And so do we have an ROA for, say your last name again for me?
Cool. K-U-U. Cool.
Cool. Okay. Do we have
Your Honor,
a,
I'll print it and send it to you and our attorneys.
all right, let's do that. And who wants to go in the breakout room? Mr. Fikens, maybe you can do both when you get a
Yeah.
prosecutor this morning.
That's what I'm thinking, Judge, and I haven't left yet. So if I could go in the breakout room with my client, and then I'll talk to him to see what he wants to do. And then I can approach the prosecutor on both cases.
Okay, so Mr. Koo, I'm going to put you in a breakout room, and it is going to be breakout room number 2. And please accept the invitation. Give me 1 second. I'm getting it together. All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. I have wait a minute, 1 second, y'all. Is that Miss Porter? No.
Ms. Pryor.
Miss Pryor. Why am I calling her Miss Porter? Miss Pryor. Miss Pryor. Good morning to you, Miss Pryor.
Good morning.
I don't see you anymore.
Oh, wait, I don't know what happened. Oh, okay, there we go.
There you are. Miss Pryor changes it up, so I actually feel you. You look so nice, Miss Pryor. How are you
Thank
this
you.
morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. State your full name for the record.
Martasia Pryor.
All right, Miss Pryor, I have the following matter for you: 200-557-9901. How are things going with you, ma'am?
Everything is great. I got the court date right this week.
Got it right this time.
Yeah.
All right. We glad about it. We are.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since the last time I've seen you?
Well, I've been doing my screenings and everything and having my meetings with Miss Ellison, but I meet with her every Monday. So last week on Monday, when I contacted her, I only talked to her for a brief second because she told me that she was diagnosed with COVID-19. So we didn't really talk that much this week, but she told me to call her this week and hopefully that she was feeling better and we could get back on track.
Okay, all right. Yep, I need you to stay on track. How are you feeling
Yes.
about everything with the program so far?
Everything is going well like it was. I'm having no issues with nothing at all.
All right, and you doing it. Look at you, Miss Pryor.
Yes.
What's encouraging you to work the program for yourself? What's encouraging you?
I just want to do better. It's not an issue. And like I said, set an example for my daughter.
Yeah, set an example for your baby. Yes. How is she?
She's fine.
She's fine. What did you tell me? Yes. She's 2 or 3?
She's 4. She just turned 4 in February.
Yeah, so she's watching you, right?
Yes. And also I've convinced my significant other to stop smoking as well. So everything that I talked to with Miss Ellison, I talked to him about. So now he don't smoke no more.
Look at you. Very good. You want to be with some like-minded people. You doing a new thing. So tell him, come on, if you going for the ride, you need to do a new thing too.
Yes,
there you
cut it off. He cut it off completely.
Very good. Very good. How do you feel? Do you feel better physically, emotionally?
Yeah, it feel good that I can influence somebody else to be on the right path as me as well. And I don't want to be with nobody who don't want to get their life together and, do good things and strive for better things like I am. Like we got to be on the same page so we gonna be together.
There you go. Oh my goodness, you might need to do a class for some 20 plus. Oh, you might need to do a class for some 50 plus. I know a couple. Yeah. Okay. Miss Pryor, very good. How are things going with the family restaurant?
It's great. Business is picking up because the weather is breaking. So it's picking up tremendously.
All right. You staying safe though, doing what you're supposed to do so you can come home well every day to that baby girl?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am.
Right. That is so important. What do you need us to help you with, Miss Pryor, if anything?
Nothing. Everything is great. Everything is going good right now. I'm saving up to pay off my tickets and things, and I'm also in the process of moving. So right now I'm just in a saving process, like just saving money.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. You're moving to a good environment where you can make sure that you're safe, baby safe, and you can still do what you're supposed to do in the program, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I want to hear. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you have on Miss Pryor?
All good things, Your Honor. She's screening like she's saying, and going to meetings and treatment. So she's, every report I get is really positive on her. She's got a good spirit about her. She's pretty serious about making sure her life is going in the right direction, and anybody around her, she's making sure that they're in the same direction that she's going. So we're real proud of her regarding that. I just want to encourage her to keep doing what she's doing. And if she needs something, let us know. If you get close to moving, let me know about that. But other than that, she's doing really well. She's really doing well.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, anything for Miss Pryor?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Pryor. A great report. You're working the program. We're proud of you. I remember when you came into the program, you said you could do it, and you are doing it. We understand the program is not easy. It's not intended to be easy, but keep up the good work. I think I remember you work at a family business, right? Something.
Yes.
Yeah, we plugged it last time, didn't we give them a plug?
Yes.
Keep up the good work, Ms. Pryor. Thank you, Ms. Pryor.
you.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, Ms. Pryor, if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to get your return to court date, okay? All right, Ms. Yancey?
Yeah, so we're going to have her come back on May 3rd of this year, Your Honor, at the same time, 8:30.
All right, very good. May 3rd, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. All right, very good, very good. All right, Ms. Pryor, keep up the
Yes.
great work you're doing, okay?
Thank you.
All right, take care. Good to see you.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, now I see Neil Smith's name up. I don't see his face. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Mr. Yancey, you may need to give him a call. His screen is too dark, so I can't see him. He's gonna have to go to a well-lit place.
Okay.
All right. Oh, and now Mr. Smith, no, he can't be in my courtroom with his undershirt on.
Sorry, Your Honor, I'll take care of it.
I'm gonna have to turn my camera off. Mr. Smith about to make me act out in a wife beater. Okay, this is a good time to just take a quick break. We're waiting on Mr. Vikings to come back with some things on Mr. Koo and Ms. Jenkins. And so we'll take a quick break. I'm able to hear you all, so say something when you're ready to proceed. Who's working in the courtroom this morning? Good morning in the courtroom. All right, so I will need the case managers to be sure to circle back to the court clerk to make sure that they get the dates and information regarding what happened today in court. I mean, I don't know. All right.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. This is Marcia.
Oh, good morning. Y'all scared me. I'm like, I'm a court clerk.
No, you know what? This remote is different than the slender silver one, so it took me a minute to find where the unmute button was.
I got you. Well, I'm glad you're serving this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, we have dates. I'm sorry.
I got everybody, but I think the first two people you might have done. Those were the only ones because I don't start till 8:30. So by the time I got down here, you had already started.
Okay. So the
But I
first one,
have, I got Johnson, I have Pryor date, and I have Dawson's date.
all right. The only two you're missing then is Mr. Mansell, and he's coming back May 10th, 2021 at 8:30.
May 10th, okay, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Mansell, okay.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and then for Mr. Paul, he is coming back May 3rd, 2021 at 8:30.
May 3rd at 8:30.
Yes.
And that's Mr. Paul and Mr. Mansell. Okay,
And those are the only two you missed.
all right, okay,
All right.
well, let's keep on
We're gonna
going.
take, thank you so much. We're gonna take a quick break and then we will, we'll resume. You all let me know, Mr. Griffin, when you're ready. And make sure y'all get Mr. Smith together, because Mr. Smith. All right, thank you.
Hey, Brian, did you get my email? Mr. Griffin?
Yes, sending it over now.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
Yep, I got it.
Thank you.
Right, we're ready to go back on the record?
Yes, Judge.
Let's go to Ms. Jenkins, Mr. Smith, you know. All right, Ms. Jenkins. Are we ready on Ms. Jenkins, Mr. Fikens?
We are, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jenkins, I'm gonna ask you to unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you go. I'm gonna place your case number back on the record again. Here we go. All right, I have the following U258774415. State your name again, Ms. Jenkins.
Tyrese Jenkins.
All right, Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, after speaking with my client does wish to avail herself of the offer made by the people, and that is in exchange for a guilty plea, they would recommend that the court consider a delayed sentence for 12 months.
All right, and that's what you wish to do, Ms. Jenkins?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Wonderful. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Jenkins, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a trial, is that correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right today and enter a guilty plea, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to her constitutional waiver.
I'm satisfied as well. As to the factual basis,
Ma'am, I direct your attention back to July 2nd of 2015. At that date and time, or the time was about 9:50 p.m. Were you working in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And was that at the Club Sapphire?
Yes.
And you were a waitress at the time, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The police officers came to the building and asked you to produce a valid Group D club card, is that correct?
Yes.
And you did not have a license available, is that correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
all right, I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I will also follow the recommendation of the prosecuting attorney and give you a delayed sentence, a 12-month delayed sentence, which means as long as you don't get any tickets and you do whatever the court orders you to do with respect to sentencing, you don't have to reappear. The matter will be scheduled on my docket a year from today's date, and it will be automatically dismissed as long as you're in compliance with this court's orders. And so, okay, Mr. Fikens, what do you want me to know about Ms. Jenkins before sentencing?
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, I want to say she does have a $500 bond in this matter, cash bond that she paid. I also want you to know that she is no longer in the industry, and she was very cooperative and a pleasant woman to talk to, and I just wanted the court to know that. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Miss Marcia, I saw that she has a $500 bond that was forfeited, and then she paid another $500 bond. Is that accurate?
Let me check. Hold on one second. I'm looking it up now.
Thank you.
The one that she posted 7/14/2020, yes, it got forfeited in January 21. And then she posted another 500 on 3/23/21.
All right, thank you so much. All right, Ms. Jenkins, is there anything else you'd like me to know about you before sentencing?
No.
All right, okay. So what happened to you in January? I don't want to see you throw away 500 whole dollars. What happened to you in January? You posted a bond. Why didn't you come to court?
I have no idea, but I used to stay in Tennessee. I moved down there. I stayed there for 2 years, but I recently moved back because I had two deaths.
Okay.
And I probably didn't get the notice.
Okay, moving around quite a bit.
Your Honor, we did talk about Tennessee, as you know, that's my second home.
I
and,
know.
Mhm.
Yes.
She told me she was there at the time. But we just have to let you know, the address on the ROA now has Union City, Tennessee, where she resided. I don't know what it was back then. All I can say is, COVID has made us not follow through on everything we need to follow through on, Judge.
Right, because I've been moving around like quite a bit since.
We could have done, we
Hold
could have
on.
done, we could have done better on that, Judge. We were trying, certainly within the court's discretion on this as to whether or not to, about her forfeited bond.
All
Judge,
right.
we're asking the court to consider reinstating that bond, if the court would do that, just to, if so, it was forfeited this year, I believe, was it?
So it was, Mr. Reed.
All right. And so this is, it was in 21. And so what I'm going to do, Ms. Marcia, I am going to reinstate the bond for Ms. Jenkins. I'm going to reinstate it. I'm not going to waive warrant costs, however, for Ms. Jenkins, but I'm going to reinstate her $500 bond, that $500 bond that was forfeited back in January of this year.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I am
Okay.
going, thank you so much. I
Thank you,
am
Judge.
going to, yes, I am going to sentence Ms. Jenkins as follows. I'm going to assess the fine in the amount of $195. I'm sorry, not the fine, the cost in the amount of $195. And then I'm going to assess the fine in the amount of $150. And so the total amount owed today is $345. You all can correct me on that math if it's not well, if I didn't do it right. And so the bond would be applied to the 300, to the fines and costs that I've assessed today. And the remainder will be refunded to Ms. Jenkins. Okay. And now, Ms. Jenkins, it's my understanding that we still have your Tennessee address. You said you're here. And
Yes,
so
I'm here now.
I need you to, when you finish court this morning, to hang up and call the clerk that's in the courtroom and give her your updated address so that your paperwork can go to the right address. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay,
so
I'll
that
do
your money can go to the right address too.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. And so, uh-oh, did somebody say something?
I did, it was Marcia, but I can wait till you're finished. I just had a question about it.
Oh, no, go
Make sure I'm
ahead.
doing-
Go ahead.
Okay, so she actually has $1,000. So are we giving her back we're reinstating the first 500 and taking the fines and costs out of that one, correct?
Yes, and warrant costs. Yes, ma'am.
Right, and I wrote that. And then the other 5, are we giving her that back now or are we waiting till after the 12 months?
No, we can give it back to her now. I'm not gonna make her wait the 12.
Okay,
Thank you for
okay, thank you.
asking. All right, very good. All right, and so your review date is 1 year from today's date. And so today is the 19th. If it's a weekday, your review date will be April 19th, 2022. You don't have to come back. Your case should be dismissed at that time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Here's the office number for you to call so you can get that right address to
Hold on,
us.
let me write it down.
And you know what? I'm gonna put it in the chat. And so then once you get it, you can go ahead and disconnect. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right. And I just put it in the chat. Do you see it?
Yep.
All right, very good. Call the office, speak with Ms. Marcia so she can make sure she has your correct date, okay? Not date, your correct address, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for your patience this morning. Take care.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Ficus, were you able to get a resolution on Mr. Q?
Not yet, Your Honor. I'm waiting for an offer. I suspect I know what it is, but I don't have an offer yet in hand.
All right, so we'll wait. Mr. Q, thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you.
And don't drive while I told y'all I be eye hustling. You cannot drive and be in Zoom. Okay. Mr. Smith, I already sent Mr. Smith a very ugly chat. You better not be driving.
No, ma'am.
Are you in a passenger seat?
No, ma'am. But I'm not driving. I'm not driving.
Mr.
I'm not
Reed
driving.
and Mr. Fikens.
I'm not driving.
Okay, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, let me say this. Sometimes people misunderstand my kindness and they don't understand that I will be kind and send you to jail. I will still smile. I'll still be so nice to Mr. Smith because I think Mr. Smith is an incredible person and he's doing some wonderful things. Mr. Smith, don't make me send you to jail with a smile on my face and still be nice to you, sing happy birthday to you, tell you happy Father's Day, all kind of stuff. And you'll be at the Wayne County Jail. You cannot drive. You don't have a license.
I'm not driving. I'm really not.
And you should not be behind the wheel of a car. There's no reason for you to be behind the wheel of a car. You don't have a license. That's just even setting yourself up for failure. Okay. Yancey. Mr. Yancey. You know, Mr. Neil Smith came into my courtroom this morning.
Yes, we did talk about that. I think he talked to Mr. Griffin before he got to me also. You know, I did talk to Mr. Smith about basically what you just stated. We might, you know, we might seem really kind on this video, and we are.
We are. Most days.
But there's you know, there's stipulations that you have to follow, and if you don't follow them, then we follow what we have to do. So it's just really important that he understands that. I did go over that with him. I think it was Friday, actually. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
let me put a case number on the record, Z806-6171. Mr. Smith, state your full name for me.
Neil Chris Smith V.
All right, Mr. Smith, I know we own you, but here's the thing. We're on you because we care. We're on you because we know what it takes for you to get a driver's license. And if you continue to drive or you continue to operate a motorized vehicle without a license in the state of Michigan, you're making things worse for yourself, which means that it's going to push back the date that you can get a license. And I don't want to do that because then you're going to become hopeless. And then you're going to be back into this vicious cycle of I'm going to drive and hope I don't get caught. I get caught, I get another ticket. I still can't get my license now because I've got an additional ticket. So I've increased my wait time. And we don't want to do that. Roll up your sleeves, make the sacrifice, because we have seen people come into this program in far worse shape than you, Mr. Smith, with respect to their license. And they bit the bullet and they were able to get a license, okay? And it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. It is, it's worth the wait. So come on, let's do it. Have you talked with the attorneys to find out how long it'll take you to get your license?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on, I gotta make an appointment with the Secretary of State.
Have you made the appointment, Mr. Smith?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. It's not until May.
Okay, this is what I need you to do. Call every day, because I have heard from individuals who have said that, look, they gave me an appointment all the way out in November and I just called every day. And the one day I called, they said, we had some cancellations. Can you be here in 20 minutes? Can you be here in an hour? And they got in on the same day. See, there's some things you can do to speed up the process, but the thing you can't do is drive.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, come on, Mr. Smith. Look, we've come a long way. I know it seemed like I'm beating you up, and I am, because I want you to do the right thing. But we've come a long way. You know, I met you sitting at home playing video games, and now you're a working man. You comb your hair and all kind of stuff. And so I'm proud of you. But I want us to get you comb your hair now, Mr. Smith. You know, you used to comb your hair. And so now, you know, we want to keep that momentum going, right? You're smiling now. You're thinking better. You're being honest with me. Probably more honest than I want you to be, but I asked for it. Be careful what you ask for. But I appreciate it because then I can be honest with you about where you're headed with the things you're doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a two-way street. So, but I want to see you get on track, the right track, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm finished fussing. Tell me what you've been doing since the last time I've seen you to work on you, to work on Neil Smith the fifth.
Just working. A lot of family time. A lot of time with my mom. Started working out at the gym.
That's why you got on here with that T-shirt on?
Sorry, yes, ma'am.
You wanted me to see you working out? Okay.
See how slow I was?
What else you been doing, Mr. Smith? What else you been doing? What else you been doing?
I've been investing a little more into me, and my business and what I want to do with my dogs and stuff like that. I'm currently looking for some land so I can expand in that area. Trying to get all my tickets together. I got to go to Lincoln Park on Friday, and I got to come down there and pay on that. But that Lincoln Park ticket is what was holding me up with my license, so I'll be there on Thursday to pay that off.
See, look at you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. And let me just see. I want to just see, because my memory is not serving me correctly. For Mr. Smith, your matter with us. Right, it's okay. And you've only had one drinking and driving related charge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. So look, you are in better shape than a lot of people that come to us, Mr. Smith. That's why I don't want you to fall into that trick bag of thinking, I gotta drive. Because when you get caught, it really does set you back. Okay?
Yep.
You're not in bad shape. You're in pretty good shape, as a matter of fact. Take care of your things in Lincoln Park. Continue to work your program here. You're gonna be good. It's going to work out for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What have you learned about yourself since the last time I've seen you?
I guess I'm a little more emotional than I thought sometimes. I never considered myself an emotional person. I think I'm pretty sturdy, but I've learned recently that I get in my feelings sometimes, and I've been handling it well. You know, I just work out, call my mom, or I got 5 brothers. I call either one of them two. I talk to my younger brother a lot, actually. Yeah, I just need to handle that more with myself instead of pushing it off to the side.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being emotional, okay?
Yes,
Nothing
ma'am.
wrong with it. It's the actions that follow. I should say the thought process before the actions that follow. That's the thing. Because we can be emotional, y'all say all the time women are emotional, and we are. And this is aired on YouTube. So I hope none of your boys are listening to this talking about he on here talking about he emotional. What is going on with Neil? But look, it's okay to be emotional, but it's about taking that time. I can get in my feelings, but before I act or I take an action, let me process, take that step back. I call it my 3-second rule. 3 seconds, 3 things. How is it going to impact me today? How is it going to impact me tomorrow? How is it going to impact me next year? If any of those answers don't come back good, then I need to hold off and do a little more processing, longer than 3 seconds. And people think that's silly, but I'm telling you, it has kept me from really doing some and saying some things that I would later regret and I couldn't take back. So it's okay to be emotional, but take that time to think about it, process before you act, whether it's 3 seconds or 3 days. If I don't pass the 3-second rule, then I'm going to 3 days. Okay, where I need to sit back and just kind of, weigh out some things before I react. So very good. I'm glad you're learning that about yourself, because that's going to help you in life, Mr. Smith. It is going to help you in life. What you want to do with this land and these dogs? What you trying to do?
Oh, I got a 1-year-old. My 1-year-old dog, my female, she just became in her second heat. So, and she's gonna need space for her puppies. So I need land. And plus, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to work for somebody forever, you know. And regardless, I'm going to need land. I got bulldogs, and I just got a Frenchie. It's a lot. I need space. I need a lot of space. They need to be able to run around and, you know, chase each other and play and do what they want. You know.
Sound like he talking about kids, right? He talking about dogs, but that's good. As long as you treat them well, you know.
Those are my kids. My dogs are my kids.
My brother was a what's the mean dog? It's the pit bull. That's what he raised, pit bulls, and it was
not mean. They're not mean.
Okay, whatever.
It's the people. It's not the dog. It's the people who raised them.
Okay. Anyways, he raised pit bulls, and in a funny story, my brother and I, my other brother, we went out to visit him one day, and so I told him, I don't do dogs. Don't tell me they don't bite. Blah blah blah. I'm thinking he had one or two. So we pull up, and the grass is just yay high where you know we didn't see anything. We opened the door to the car, and about 9 pit bulls stood up. And I lost it. I was so angry. I could not believe it. And he wants to tell me those they're babies. Those dogs were almost as tall as me. I'm very short, but they were almost as tall as me. And I just thought, who does this? And so now I meet Mr. Smith, and he treated those dogs like they were human beings. I never understood it. I don't want to see people mistreat them, but I never understood it. But look, I hope you get that land and you breed all the dogs in the world that you want to breed, Mr. Smith, and that you work this program so you can breed your dogs and nobody else will have to breed them for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What you been struggling with? Last time I saw you, you were struggling. What you been struggling with, if anything?
Nothing recently. Since Easter, I've been good.
Okay, you've been good? You haven't done anything impulsive, right?
No, ma'am.
All right. You know, you told me something you wanted to do, and I had to write it down, and then I had to scratch my head and flip my wig back. But nothing impulsive, right?
No, ma'am. I think before I do, so no, ma'am.
Good for you, Mr. Smith. What do you need us to help you with?
Currently, I'm fine.
You fine, other than you need to get that license, okay? All right. Mr. Yancey, was there anything else to report out on Mr. Smith?
No, he's done pretty well. He's complying with the 3 major things in our program that he didn't mention any of them, but he is in compliance with those. I did talk to him about making payments to the court, and then I found out that he owed less than $500 to get his license. So I thought it would be okay, and the court would let him pay that. So he can work on that license. So that's not something that's basically gonna put him in a position to make a mistake. So once he pays that, then he can start making payments to the court. Other than that, he's doing fine.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, what do you have for Mr. Smith?
Yes, Judge, thank you, Mr. Smith. Good report. Keep up the good work. I looked at your driving record. You don't need to go through us to get a restricted license. It looks like if you take care of Lincoln Park, as you're trying to do, you should get full driving privilege back, and that would be a good thing. Work on that. Be safe. Keep up the good work, Mr. Smith. We are proud of you. We know it's not easy, but you're doing it. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Smith, you know, you are doing well. I'm glad to see that. I hope you know, and I hope you see yourself for who you are, a very promising young man with goals, potential, and everything else, because that's what we see in you. And maybe that's why the judge fusses at you so much today, because she sees in you something.
I fuss at him all the time, right, Mr. Fikens? I do fuss at Mr. Smith.
No, Judge. But I just want to give you a little bit of warning. If you get caught driving, it's going to kick you out another year before you get a license. You're so close. It's just a matter of money. So get a little bit more money, pay Uber and Lyft, and take care of this. don't put yourself in a bind because it's just money. Money you can make later on when you get that land and you got those dogs going and you're a breeder and you're doing all that stuff. That'll be great. But right now, just pay the extra money and keep that in mind. Okay. I don't want you to get messed up for another year. I don't want to see that happen because we can't do anything about it. It's the Secretary of State that does that. Okay. Just want, yeah, I just want to give them that little warning to help try to.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. Yes, thank you, Mr. Fikens. And that's a great warning. Adhere to it. You said you have an appointment in June. No, what did you tell me? May?
Hey, yes, ma'am.
All right, that's right around the corner. It's already the 19th of April today. That means we have what, 10 days left in April? If that many? It's not a lot of time. And then we'll be in May, but I need you to call every day, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Any questions for us, Mr. Smith?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Yancey, when do you have Mr. Smith returning to court?
Your Honor, on May 10th of 2021.
And at what time?
At 8:30, Your Honor.
Okay, you gonna put it on 8:30 or 9:30?
What time do you need, Mr. Smith? 8:30?
8:30 is fine.
Okay.
8:30 is
Okay, we'll do 8:30. All right, we have you, Mr. Smith. All right, do well. I'm proud of you that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
You see my face, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
As long as I'm fussing, you in good shape. Because I don't fuss if I don't care. I'm too old to waste breath. I'm too old to waste time. When I'm done, I'm silent. But
Yes, ma'am.
I fuss because I care and I want you to do well, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
Right. Good. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you in a few weeks.
All right, very good. Mr. Fikens, did you get anything on Mr. Koo?
I have not, Your Honor.
Not yet? All right.
Yeah. The only thing if Mr. Koo is willing to have this matter heard in a day or two, we can bring him back, but I've just received no response from the prosecutor. I've had Mr. Griffin reach out to the prosecutor. We just not gotten a response. So they must be busy. I mean, they are.
I'm sure. And we like to think we're the most important courtroom at 36th District Court. Now, they showing us today we're not, right? It's like just don't have to learn how to wait. Okay.
Second place.
Be in second place today. All right, Mr. Koo. And we had some closures of some sections, so that may be a part of the issue as well. Mr. Koo, are you willing to wait until we hear from a prosecutor, or do you want to come back another day?
I'm willing to wait, Your Honor, but based on the negligence of the prosecutor, I really feel as if my case should just
No, there's no negligence from the prosecutor, sir. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get negligence from?
I feel as if they not in court today, so it must be something.
You haven't been in court in years. That's why you here on an arraignment on the bench warrant. So now, wait, somebody tell me, when was Mr. Koo's case? Hold up, Mr. Griffin sent it to me. Hold up, since 2019. So they have waited on you 2019, 2020, and part of 21. You have at least 2 years that we can keep you on hold here on Zoom. So no, sir, that's not going to happen. So let me go back to my original question. Do you want to hold off and let's just see if Mr. Fikens can get a prosecutor for this morning, or do you want to dial back in probably on Friday?
I shall continue to wait.
That's a good answer, Mr. Koo. All right, hold on for us. I'm gonna put you on mute, okay? Don't go anywhere, because as soon as he hears something, you all will work something out, okay?
I'm close.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Attorney Barton and Mr. Lorenz. Good morning to you.
Sorry for the delay. Good morning.
Oh no, you all are on. Who are you all on for?
Your Honor, you asked for Christopher Artis to come in on Monday, and the Guardian's trying to get him on right now. They're just having issues understanding how to work Zoom. So I'm talking to him back and forth right now.
All right. Let me know when you all are ready to proceed, okay?
Not a problem, Your Honor.
All right. Let me do some housekeeping on my original docket for this morning. Let's see. Terrell Robinson. I have not caught Mr. Robinson's case. That is case number 2006-175701. Mr. Yancey, where's Mr. Robinson?
Yeah, I can't really say. I'm constantly trying to communicate with him. I tell him about his court dates.
Well, he got his court date the last time he was here, so.
Oh, very much so. And I'm usually sending reminders also. So, yeah, I'm compelled to do almost compelled to do a warrant out for him.
Well, let me ask you this. Is he in compliance with the terms and conditions of his program? Has he been going for his screenings and things of that nature?
He's been going to his screenings. I'm still trying to get some information on his other things. You know, he'll show his progress report on Zoom, but I just need to get some more information.
Now, isn't this the second time that I've adjourned Mr. Robinson to give him an opportunity to come in?
It might be.
It is. It is.
It's the second time it's the second time you adjourned him for Zoom.
Yes, absolutely. And so Mr. Yancey, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm not going to keep adjourning Mr. Robinson. I'm going to put a warrant out for his arrest and have Mr. Yancey prepare a KP. It's specialty court. And so Miss Marcia, I know that about the show cause, but that doesn't apply for individuals that are currently in specialty court because they may be a threat to themselves or others. And so Mr. Yancey is going to prepare a KPS and it will say remand to Judge Holmes. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Judge, I would ask if Mr. Yancey can continue the attempt to contact Mr. Robinson, and if he can get in touch with Mr. Robinson, can he bring him in the courtroom by Zoom, such as tomorrow or Thursday, as soon as he gets in contact with Mr. Robinson?
And he can. It sounds like Mr. Yancey has been trying to get in touch with Mr. Robinson. He's not cooperating. And so a warrant will be issued for his arrest. Mr. Yancey, please prepare that. Make sure you send it to me for electronic signature, and we'll get that to Ms. Marcia for entry into the system. And then make sure it gets, you know, everything that it's supposed to have, the seal and all of those good things. And then we'll go from there. And certainly if he walks in, then he'll walk in. If not, he's going to be in warrant status and we'll eventually pick him up.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I also have Annette James, case number 1704499201, case number 1905638201, and case number 1704584901. What's going on with Annette James?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is she's having Zoom problems. Believe it or not, I talked to her Friday and I talked to her at 8 o'clock this morning. And we were pretty excited. I think we have an apartment for her.
Oh,
yeah, I was working that out through her and her boyfriend, which I'm trying to get some information on, but that's a different story. But I think we have an apartment as soon as the 29th. I'm trying to get some more details, but she was pretty excited about that. So like I said, I did talk to her at 8 o'clock this morning, so I'm thinking there's probably some Zoom issues.
So Mr. Yancey, what I'd like to do is I'll adjourn her case to April 20th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Make sure you reach out to her today and let her know she has to get on tomorrow morning, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I also have Miss Catrice Bacon. Mr. Fikens, I'm sorry, I see that you have an offer on Mr. Q. Do you need to go into a breakout room?
Oh, Your Honor, we discussed it already.
All right, very good. Let me just call the rest of my docket and then I'll go back to Mr. Q, okay? All right, let's do Catrice Bacon, U466-85418, U508-64519. On Ms. Bacon, do we have a return to court date?
Yes, Your Honor, it's May the 21st, 2021.
All right, at 8:30
I mean, May the
a.m.
14th, did I say? Yeah, yep, at 8:30 a.m.
What date did you say?
May the 14th, Your Honor.
14th, okay, yeah. All right, May 14th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Wonderful. And did you speak with Ms. Bacon? Did you do your face-to-face?
Yep, Ms. Watkins gonna call me in a little bit. They was in group, and so I'm just gonna check her progress on how she's doing with the substance abuse card.
All right, wonderful, thank you. I also have Brandon Gilkey, 20056843001. Who has
Mr.
Mr.
Gilkey returned to court date, Your Honor. That's mine, Your Honor. It'll be May the 10th at 8:30 a.m. Spoke with Mr. Gilkey. He's doing fine, no problems.
Wonderful. I have Marquel Todd, SP 100600802, SP 9618881, and case number 19058800901. For Mr. Todd.
Yeah, Mr. Todd returned to court date, Your Honor, will be May the 10th at 8:30 a.m. Spoke with Mr. Todd, no problems. He's doing well also, Your Honor.
Wonderful. And then the last matter before I go to Mr. Q is for Chantelle Walker, Z8060361.
Ms. Walker is doing fine also, Your Honor. Her return to court date will be May the 10th at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. May 10th at 8:30. Wonderful. All right, Mr. Q, turn on your camera for me. Thank you. I have the following matter. U51095019. Mr. Q, state your name for me.
Exxon Cool.
All right. Thank you for your patience this morning. All
No
right,
problem, Your Honor.
Mr. Figgins, what do you have for me? Or for Mr. Koo?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. You know, despite all that talk about negligence and all that prosecutorial stuff, and
Yes,
Mr. Koo, you need to go to law school is what you need to do. You're on your way to law school, my friend. Your Honor, he does wish to take advantage of the offer. And in exchange for his guilty plea, the people have recommended that the court consider a 1-year delayed sentence.
All right, Mr. Koo, is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Figgins, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that we'll be under a 1-year delayed sentence, which means it will be dismissed if you pick up no other felonies or misdemeanors and pay your fines, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you making this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver of his rights.
I am as well. You may proceed with the factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, I'm direct your attention back to May 4th of 2019. Were you working in the city of Detroit?
Yes, sir.
And you were providing security for a gentleman's club, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And on that day, the police came to the establishment on Ford Road, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And they asked you to produce a Group D entertainer's card, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't have one at the time, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You are no longer in that business, is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, as to the factual basis.
Thank you. I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll also follow the recommendation from the prosecuting attorney, which means as long as you comply with this court's order, you don't get any additional tickets. 1 year from today's date, the matter will come before me for dismissal. You do not have to appear, but it'll be dismissed automatically. If you pick up some additional tickets, get in some trouble, you need to come before this court on April 19th, 2022. With that, Mr. Figgins, what else would you like me to know about your client?
Judge, I first want you to know that there is a $500 bond on this matter. I also want to let this court know that he was a very pleasant young man, very cooperative with me, wanted to work this out and wanted to get this behind him. I just wanted to let the court to know that. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Figgins, I believe Also, Ms. Marcia, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that he had a $500 bond that was forfeited in January of this year. And then he's posted another $500 bond. Is that correct?
He had one that was posted in 19 and got forfeited. Then he had one that was posted in 2020 that was forfeited. And then he posted one in 2021.
That was forfeited too?
I'm sorry, you went out.
Oh,
I couldn't hear.
Was the one in 2021? You still can't hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. But this computer goes out on me sometimes. The one that he posted in 2020, is that one forfeited?
Yes.
Okay.
The one he's posted 3 bonds altogether. One for 100 forfeited, one for 500 forfeited, and then he just posted one for 500 again that's still open.
All right. And so the one that he posted before this prior one, what's the date? I'm sorry. So the current bond he just posted and got this court date. What's the date for the last $500 that he posted?
3/22/21.
Okay, so it was in 21.
Right.
The one before that, Judge, was October 13th of 2020, which was forfeited.
Okay. That. Right, but I can't go
And there
back
was
on
one-
all of those. The only one that I can look at and will look at is the one that was forfeited in 2021. He had one that was forfeited in 2021. Is that correct?
Yes.
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 That's
January
one.
20th. Yes.
All right. And so, Marcia, I'm willing to reinstate that bond. I'm not waiving
Okay.
warrant or lien costs. I'll reinstate that particular bond. And then I am going to assess fines and costs as follows. The cost is going to be $195. And then the fine is going to be $150. And so the total amount owed to the court is $345 plus whatever lien and warrant costs. And then the remainder will be refunded to Mr. Coop.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Mr. Q, do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, thank you for your patience this morning. Things still worked out very well for you. Do what you're supposed to do. In a year, this will go away, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Quick question about that. I'm sorry. Will this show up in any like job searches? For example, I applied at MGM, and they said because of the tickets that I wasn't hired. So would this stick around as well?
Mr. Fikens, you
If
all
I
want
could
to
offer-
answer that? And while you're answering, Mr. Fikens, Ms. Marcia, can you look him up to make sure he has no other outstanding matters here at 36th District Court?
Okay.
Okay.
And,
Fikens?
Your Honor, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, if an employer wants to check whether you've been charged or not, they can look and see that status, but it does not go in as a guilty plea. So if an employer is concerned about whether or not you've even been charged, well, you got charged, no matter what would happen to the ticket. But this will go in, it doesn't get recorded as a guilty plea, and in 1 year time, it gets dismissed. So as far as answering a question, have you been convicted? I can tell you that you have not been convicted because the guilty plea is being held in abeyance. That's what the delayed sentence is.
Understood. Thank you very much.
All right. Any other questions, Mr.
And no, he
Q?
doesn't have anything else.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Marcia. So you're in good shape. This was the only thing you had with us. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I wish you well, sir. Take care.
Be blessed. Have a good day.
You too. And make sure we have the right mailing address for you so you can get your paperwork, okay?
Okay, you want me to call the clerk?
Yes. Do you see the number in the chat still?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Make sure you call the clerk, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. So now, I believe that I have called everything that is actually on my docket for the specialty court that we're doing on this morning. And so I don't see Mr. Griffin or Mr. Yancey. I know that we need to staff for Tuesday. And so I need a time for staffing for today. And so if
Mr.
somebody
Reed
can
will
get
lead us into that.
Judge, I understand that you still have a matter with the other specialty court, but I would like to staff sooner rather than later. So what, at your privilege, I would say 11 o'clock, 11:15.
The 11 won't work for me because you know I have an 11:20 standing. That's from 11:20 to 11:55.
12 o'clock?
Monday, Tuesdays, yeah.
No, or we can get going as soon as you're done, Judge, if you wish to.
I would like to
You
do
wanna
that.
go
I just need to find out what's going on with the other specialty court. There's a case that is supposed to be up on this morning. And so, Mr. Lorenz, did we lose Mr. Lorenz? Mr. Lorenz, are you still on?
I think he's trying to, pardon me, Your Honor, for interrupting. I think he's trying to get Mr. Artist on Zoom right now. I think he's having some difficulties. Sorry for the delay.
Oh, no, that's okay. There he is. All right, so I'm gonna, before I excuse Mr. Ficus and Mr. Reed, Mr. Lorenz, are you able to get him on today or do we need to just do this another day?
Your Honor, I cannot get them on. She's actually on hold right now on my phone. She cannot figure out Zoom at all. She says she's 80 years old and this is beyond her. And so she is asking them if she can come back tomorrow. She says that her niece will be around up until 1 p.m. I'm not sure if Mr. Barton's going to be available. I do have concerns because of the continued use over the weekend. He did test positive over the weekend for cocaine, alcohol, and marijuana again. So I do have concerns.
I need you to reach out to Ms. Deja to find out, Ms. Willis, to find out what are some emergency interventions that we can do for Mr. Artist.
Yeah, Your Honor, I know that we talked about this briefly before, but there's actually an update. He's not with Deja anymore. He's with that intensive outpatient care team called the
so it did
team.
happen. Okay.
Yep. They can get him, work with him immediately, possibly today, to get him on the 800 number and do the assessment and get him to residential possibly today. But I know that you want to have the hearing first. So my recommendation, go ahead.
Well, I'm in a different spot now because you've indicated that he's testing for some substances, and I know that, you know, the reason I was having him come on today is because he had some prior, and now he's added some things to what he's taking in, and I'm concerned. And so, Mr. Barton, I would like to get him assessed for residential today, because I am afraid that he will continue to spiral downward, because that's what he's doing right now. And then that way we can still bring him back on Wednesday, the regularly scheduled specialty court day, but at least we've taken him out of the, and it's not jail, we've taken him out of one environment and put him in a better environment to get the help that he needs. So Mr. Barton, any objection to that?
No, Your Honor, I do not have an objection to that. I think that's fair, and I think that's for his safety as well.
Absolutely. So Mr. Lorenz, if you could facilitate that, that is perfect.
Yes, I can, Your Honor. And just to make sure I understand from your email, this is not a sanction because this is for his best interest.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is not a sanction. I won't do sanction without a hearing because he has his right to be heard or what have you. I'm not doing a sanction. This is treatment. This is getting him help to keep him from ending up really bad off. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for working with him regarding his needs.
Absolutely. And so let the mom know that we're gonna intervene, and then I'll put him on the docket for Wednesday, and you can update me, Mr. Lorenz, as to whether or not that will happen. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Circle
Barton.
back to me. Let me know about residential.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Thank you, Attorney Barton. I appreciate you showing up.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
With that, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, somebody needs to reach out to see if we can staff. No, if we can start now, I probably will be in good shape for my 11:20. I don't know.
I'm ready, Judge. I'm ready, Judge. I'm ready to staff. Whenever.
Mr. Griffin.
I need like 5 minutes, Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Mr. Young, hold on.
All right. Yes.